Hello and welcome back to True Crime Guys podcast. I'm your host, Michael, but today I'm taking a day off because Andy's hosting.
That's right, everybody. It's your host, Andy, today.
It's your whenever we feel like it, headlines and shenanigans.
There's kind of a schedule, I believe, isn't there?
We were supposed to do 3 episodes and then a headlines, and I think for the last couple months, you would call it, I've done 4.
Okay.
I just got a little over anxious. Just wanted to do one more episode.
Just sneak one in there under the wire.
Well, yeah, one more.
Got one more in me there, Morty.
But guys, before we get into it, I want to remind you guys that you can catch these episodes early and ad-free on Patreon, patreon.com/truecrimeguys. And you can also check out our other shows here on the free platform like Cryptic Soup with Dina and Kylie and Strange and Unexplained as well. New episodes of Cryptic Soup come out every Wednesday. Make sure you give them a follow on Instagram as well at Cryptic Soup Pod. Now, as far as Strange and Unexplained, that is free on our Patreon. Again, the link to that is right below the description of this episode. Also, give us a follow on social media at True Crime Guys for all types of, true crime reels, updates, shenanigans.
Mm-hmm. Lots of headlines on there, actually.
Lots of headlines on there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Are any going to...
None of the headlines we're talking about today. Well, actually, I think one of them was on there. I think we did share one of them because it was a big story a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But, Michael, we're going to get right into headlines this week. And lots of shenanigans because thankfully we didn't really have any catastrophic news this week other than, we talked about some of that on the bonus content with the Pope.
Oh, yeah, the Pope.
But, Michael, we're going to talk about this story that happened a few weeks ago. I think you might be. You a Weezer fan?
I am.
Michael,
a Weezer fan.
Say it ain't so. Because, Michael, I'm sure you may have heard, the Weezer bassist's wife shot by the L.A. police, booked for attempted murder.
Those sons of bitches.
Wait,
how was she booked for attempted murder?
Because she
was. I know she held a gun. I heard a little bit about this story.
Yeah.
Right. So, but they were in her yard.
Okay.
So she came out there to see what's going on, right?
So
with a gun.
In an already bizarre story involving a crash on an LA freeway, a manhunt, the arrest of a man in his underwear, and a police shooting of an uninvolved woman has now taken an even more surreal twist.
Okay, yeah.
Jillian Schreiner, 51, wife of Weezer bassist Scott Schreiner, was the uninvolved woman shot by police, now faces charges of attempted murder, according to LAPD News. On the April 8th incident began in the eastbound lanes of the 134 freeway west of Figueroa, and the California Highway Patrol responded to reports of a 3-car crash in which 3 males in one of the involved vehicles fled the freeway on foot, prompting the Highway Patrol to call the LA police for backup. One of the suspects, who was chased off the freeway by a brother and sister who witnessed the crash, got into the Eagle Brook neighborhood, stripped down to his underwear, jumped into a resident's pool, and watered their garden in an attempt to blend in. What neighborhood were you in where you were like, is anybody else doing this in the neighborhood? Do you see somebody else
just trying to blend in
out there in some fucking tennis shoes and their underwear, just watering the...
Why'd you take your pants off?
Why are you Tony Soprano out there, just open bathrobe?
Tony would at least wear a robe.
Yeah, it's my fucking yard, my slippers. I got a bathrobe on. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Well, like I said, what neighborhood was this where you're like, this sounds like I'll blend right in. While police were searching the backyards for the suspect in the area of Eagle Vista Drive and Waldo Place, the bassist's wife allegedly emerged from the home next door armed with a gun. Police said Schreiner refused multiple orders to drop the firearm before pointing it at officers, prompting them to open fire. The 51-year-old was struck in the shoulder by gunfire and retreated back into her home. So, apparently she may have thought that somebody else was in her backyard, but the police did yell, drop the firearm, put the gun down. We're not the person.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Sky 5 was over the scene when the subject in his underwear was captured, cuffed, and arrested. So... I think
all this was happening at once.
Yes, this was
this needs to be like a short film or something.
I feel like there were so many fucking just nosy neighbors just in their fucking dining room, just fucking phones to the window. Just oh my god, that's against his underwear. He's just watering the front yard. He doesn't even live there.
He doesn't even live there. I know for a fact he doesn't live there.
That's John's house. Shortly after that, Sky 5 caught aerial footage of Schreiner and another woman, reportedly her child's babysitter, coming out of the residence with their hands up. The two women were ordered to walk down the driveway and told to lay on the street while police took them both into custody. Meanwhile, personnel with the LA Fire Department were on standby to put the 51-year-old in an ambulance and took her to the hospital, where she was treated with a non-life-threatening gunshot wound. But police did say that both Schreiner and the babysitter were questioned, then released. And in Wednesday's news release, officials said that she was booked absentee for attempted murder, and that a 9mm handgun was recovered from the residence. So the two other male suspects who allegedly fled the scene are still at large. No other officers in the community were injured or anything. So I just love the fact that the one guy who was like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to get away, I'm going to dive into this pool, no one's going to, like, you could have just stayed in the pool, man. Like, maybe if you would have just stayed in the pool in your underwear, like, you could have just been like, just floating around.
If
and
he
like,
would have just waited until they shot her, that would have been a big enough diversion to get away.
Yeah, it's like the fact that you did the pool and then jumped out, and then we're like, what do I do? How do I blend in? How do I blend in? Act natural, act natural, act natural. What are the plants? What? In my underwear? In this guy's front yard? Yes, I will. But yeah, that was like one of the biggest news stories going around. Was everybody was so wrapped up in like the Weezer bassist's wife being booked for attempted murder.
Yeah,
and I can understand why she would be if she came out of the house and pointed weapons at police when they are telling her to drop the firearm.
Yeah,
if she pointed it at them and they opened fired. Yeah, they can book her.
I want to see the body cam footage.
Yeah, if we all need to see the body cam footage.
I want to see the body cam footage.
I'm sure there's I'm sure those body cams were
multiple
absolutely.
officers were in her backyard. Let's see them.
I'm sure all those body cams were working perfectly, recording every sound, minuscule detail.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
I was thinking about our next story because she is okay. Everything's gonna be fine. And our next story, Michael, it's one of the we can't figure out whether it's a prank, or if it's like a kink, or if it's like a personal vendetta, or if it's one of those just confusing stories. It's definitely just like a head scratcher.
All right.
Because this guy feels so personally targeted at this point.
Oh, no. I'm interested.
The headline just reads, "It's a lot of pee."
Oh.
Man has no idea who has been putting gallons of urine in his recycling bin or why. A man living in Portland, Oregon, is wondering who is putting gallons of urine in his recycling bin and why. Alex Van Dunn said the problem started in September when he noticed his recycling bin had not been collected. So I went to open the blue bin, and lo and behold, there was a nice deposit of gallon-sized bottles of urine, to put it plainly, and there were about 6 of them, he said.
Some homeless guys dumping them in there, dude.
Well, that's what they may have been thought to believe. They were like, oh, some guy's coming in here and just doing this specifically.
He's pissing in the bottle somewhere, and he's like, hey, it's a great place to drop it off right here.
So the recycling hauler refused to take the bin, saying that urine is a biohazard and it must be placed in the garbage bin. But the mystery man didn't stop and kept dropping bottles of urine in the bin. Eventually, Van Dunn stopped putting his bins out on the curb altogether, hoping that the problem would stop itself. And he did, but instead of stopping completely, he just moved to the neighbor's house and kept doing it to them. He's like, I don't know why he's hitting this location so many times. It doesn't make sense to us.
Yeah.
Dunn has surveillance video of capturing a man showing up to his house, getting out of a car, placing the multiple bottles of urine in the recycling bin, and then driving away.
Oh, shit.
So it's not just like walking up and or coming by every day and tossing one in or something like that. It's somebody driving to this guy's house, like specifically to this guy's house with the bins and being like, yep, put them in this one. Like every day, or every week, I'm just filling this guy's trash with piss and leaving.
That is so weird.
So he's like, I can't figure, what is this a personal thing? Like you're not dumping it, but you're not even putting it in the trash. You're putting it in the recycle. Like they won't take it.
Right.
You've seen this.
Yeah.
He says he shared his ordeal with the Nextdoor apps where neighbors have flooded the post with theories of the reason behind it all. But even with multiple theories, no one seems to know completely why. There has been a police report filed, and they're trying to get the man's license plate. I eventually started putting my bins back out again the night before and putting them in a different position just to see if I could get a better video of him. Van Dunn doesn't plan to move or take extreme measures. I love how he had to I love how that may have been a question that the interviewer asked. It's like, what do you plan to do about this?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I was probably like move the bins somewhere else. It's like, so like any extreme measures? What do you extreme? What is this?
I mean, it's not really that far of a walk, so no, I'll just go out there and get them and bring them back.
It's like
backyard. And,
no landmines or booby traps or snake pits. Like, what do you? Did you do this?
motion sensor lasers.
Just
You're not gonna get anything, huh?
Are you
Doberman? Huh?
Are you the guy doing this?
Rottweiler?
Is it you? Is it you doing this? You trying to figure out what I'm going to do?
All right, this interview's over.
I'm going to drop some off in your trash can.
Quick, let's get out of here.
As frustrated as Van Dyne was at least able to make a joke of this situation, he said, "It's a lot of pee," he said. "I mean, this guy's really pissing me off." Like, I feel like that guy was given like 2 days to prep for this interview. He was like, I gotta end on a zinger. What can I really say to really stick this to him, to really make a name for myself? It's really pissing me off.
Ching.
Yep, we'll write it. We'll put it in there.
Back to you,
Oh,
Carol.
we're definitely going to quote you. We're going to.
Yeah.
But like I said, they can't figure out whether or not this is like, if it is like a homeless person who is just depositing this place, but you would think he would kind of divvy it up or not just do everything in one on this one street.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's almost specifically targeted to this guy, but it doesn't seem to be anything malicious, which is just so confusing to him. And I just love the fact that somebody is coming to his house every time. They're just taking different gallon-sized bottles and being like, "One for you, Steven. You know what? Make it 3.
Make it 3.
You've been a good boy this week." And I've been hydrated.
Apparently. He just likes to mix things up, man. He's just somebody that's just bored in life. He just wants to mix things up. What happens if I put a bunch of gallons of pee in this guy's trash can?
I just like to cause chaos.
Yeah.
I just like to make this guy think about everything in his life.
Agent of chaos.
Why
are you doing this?
I'm just making this one guy regret everything he's ever done to figure out who he can figure out why he may have pissed somebody off and who it was.
It's like the plot of Needful Things, pretty much by Stephen King. It's like everybody's mad at other people and they have no idea why. Just hearsay, basically.
Just chaos.
I heard that on this, and so I'm gonna take extreme retaliation, like you were talking about earlier, Andy.
Extreme measures. I'm gonna be up on my roof in a sniper's nest.
Pretty much.
But like I said, I couldn't figure out what it was, and I hope that he does get some answers to that because I would love to catch the guy in the act. That would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
But speaking of a little bit of chaos, Michael, for our next story, I read this and I can't wait to see what happens for this. Like this, there's going to be some real repercussions for this because this is so comical. It sounds like something you would have heard on like Super Troopers to an extent.
Okay, I'm interested.
A Georgia 911 caller hears the dispatcher ordering McDonald's during an emergency call.
Damn. Dude, this is like some Reno 911 shit.
Yeah,
right?
like it really is. Like yes, even better. Like it's a Reno 911 shit. Like are you in the drive-thru right now? You're supposed to be at a call.
Sir, could you please calm down? Hold on. Yes, I'll have the large Coke. Yes.
Yeah. A 911 caller in Chatham County, Georgia, had a very hard time getting through to dispatchers when he thought someone was breaking into his home. When he finally did get through, he said the dispatcher was ordering breakfast.
That son of a bitch.
On Valentine's Day, Dylan Johnson started his morning by calling 911. My wife called me while I was at work about 9:30 and said someone was snooping around the house, knocking on the doors and banging on the windows and stuff. He called the county's non-emergency line first, followed by 911 3 times. Do you have any, non-emergency, no answer.
Yeah.
Strange. Okay. 911, no answer. No way. Like,
right.
What is, like, you must be, like, your brain must be like, are we in the purge?
The dispatcher was sitting there looking at his phone in the drive-thru like, oh my God, hurry up. I gotta take this.
Oh my God.
Fucking ignore.
He finally got an answer by 9:31 a.m. after trying for about 6 minutes, according to his phone's call log. I was panicking. My wife was home alone with my 5-month-old daughter. I was coming home not knowing what I was going to be like coming home to. After about 3 minutes into Johnson's 911 call, he heard the dispatcher talking to others around her, appearing to order breakfast.
Damn.
On the call, you can be heard, McGriddle, cough. I'm sorry, what? Like, that's the quote. Just, McGriddle? I'm sorry, what? Like, that is some Reno 911
It really
shit.
is.
Yeah, I'll take 2 McGriddles. Yeah,
two
two of the sausage. Well, I'm sorry, what?
What?
Yes, there is someone on the way right now. Can you see the... Can I see the... No, none of the syrup. Like, that is 100. All I could think was that. I was like, oh my God, this is some Super Troopers-esque shit right here.
It really is.
Johnson said he was stunned by what he heard on the, because that would just take you completely out. You would be in a panic mode.
Right.
And then your brain would have to process, like, wait, am I ordering breakfast?
Did you just say McGriddle?
McGriddle does sound good. No, my wife's in trouble.
No.
Like, he's just like driving home being like, McGriddle. Just like slowly pulls
So
McDonald's.
has the dispatcher been identified?
I believe so, but Johnson said he was stunned by what happened. If it didn't happen to me, I wouldn't believe this happened to somebody because of how unbelievable it is. When police finally arrived, Johnson said whoever was at his house had already left. His wife was okay, but just shaken up. Chatham County Commissioner Chairman Chester Ellis said the dispatcher's actions are currently under review. That should never happen, okay? You ordering breakfast should be different from answering a call. The two should never intertwine, said Ellis. Like, I love how he has, like, again, Super Troopers, like, that should never happen, okay?
Right.
Like,
let's not
it shouldn't. Like, I'm not saying it won't. I mean, it shouldn't. It shouldn't happen, okay? It should never happen.
Let's just leave it on that.
You ordering breakfast should be a completely different call. You should use your part. You should use 2 different phones. Come on, 2 different phones.
On the other hand, you should eat breakfast.
You should eat before you come.
You know
what? Don't expect the office to be ordering food all the time. That was a one-time thing. It was it was Ryan's birthday.
Right.
We were getting breakfast.
It's one thing.
Yeah, it shouldn't happen. But
when was your birthday? Oh well,
it was Valentine's Day. Unlike Johnson. It's like they said, unlike Johnson, many callers had given up before they've never gotten an answer. Chatham County data shows that just last year, 24% of calls were marked as abandoned. Prior years show a similar trend. In 2023, abandoned calls were up to 27% according to county records. That's up more than 18% in 2022, 19% in 2021, and 14% in 2020. So what is this dispatch office in Chatham County? Is it just like a fucking like truck stop bathroom of people just being like, you working today?
It's just a bunch of people walking around with Bluetooths in their ear, dude.
Yeah.
Like fucking, they got headsets on and they're just walking around, you know, for stable side hustle.
So it's the Brooklyn Nine-Nine of dispatches. They're just in there doing heists and shit, and dressing up as characters. Like, that switchboard's been going off the hook today.
No, they're just living their
life.
life.
Oh. Ellis said, there's room for improvement. Really, Ellis?
Uh-huh.
Every day I want an improvement. Every day I want to be better than the day before. So we got to get this evaluation process, he said, and then we can all get McGriddles. I mean, we can all be better. When someone is calling 911, they need help, and I want them to treat everything as an emergency, not as breakfast.
Right. Yeah.
Like I said, that was just one of the most chaotic Super Troopers-esque, like, just fucking Reno 911 things. To call 911 in a state of panic and be like, okay, hey, sorry, I'm on my way home. My wife said someone's around the door and they're knocking and yeah, McGriddle, 2 McGriddles is fine. What? What? I'm sorry. What?
That's just so unreassuring.
Just to be like, can I talk to your supervisor?
To be fair, it's kind of on par with customer service nowadays.
Really?
Like, it's sad, but I'm surprised with competency.
They're outsourcing the dispatch calls.
I sound so old, but it's the truth. I go out places and I'm like, wow, you didn't fuck this up at all. Right
Proud
on.
of you.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
Nice.
Look at that. You took my order and got it.
Everything I ordered.
I told you what I wanted, and I pointed to it and everything.
You son of a bitch, where's the napkins? I knew you would fucking... No, I'm just kidding.
Look at you. I love you. This fucking Fanta.
You're probably just trying to get rid of this. They give it to people in the drive-thru because they're too lazy to go back in.
I asked for high C, you bitch. But Michael, I feel like for our last
man.
story, we're getting a little emotional right now over this, and we need to have some emotional support in here.
Oh God.
And for our last story, I feel like I found the
what
man
are you
for
talking
us
about?
who had just the amount of emotional support.
man.
He had more emotional support than I think one man should ever need.
Oh, okay.
Because a 71-year-old man has been arrested after 7 emotional support tigers
Tigers.
have been found in his home. Fucking tigers.
Are they legal?
No. What are you
No.
talking about? In your house. It's a goddamn jungle cat. Fucking house.
Yeah, I don't like regular cats.
Oh,
So.
the story. Michael, this story has
Okay.
a real, real sweet center to it because
Oh,
there's
God.
a cameo that you would expect. A 71-year-old man from Nevada
Oh, my God.
was arrested last week after authorities seized 7 tigers, which
Nice.
he
What a
claimed.
collection.
Right, you got a fucking litter here. What
That's
is
pretty
this?
good, even for Vegas.
Right? Big backyard. Big backyard there. He claimed all were emotional support animals that he
Yeah.
kept in his home, according to multiple media outlets. Authorities with the Nye County reportedly raided Carl Mitchell's home in Pahrump. You know Pahrump,
Oh,
You know
yeah.
Pahrump?
Pahrump.
a town approximately 65 miles west of Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's kind of the Wild West out there in Pahrump, man.
Pahrump. On March 2nd, saying the man did not have the proper permits to keep these animals. In an interview with the Nye County Sheriff, they told the outlet that the 71-year-old had been seen walking the wild animals on and off of his desert property, and that the post on social media showed him allowing others to interact with the tigers, both of which were in violation of the law. This man was walking tigers outside, not in his yard, not in like a caged area,
No.
off his property. Just taking
Okay.
tigers on a leash
Yeah.
for a fucking Sunday walk.
Yeah, a little stroll.
Yeah,
if you
right.
will.
What happens when one coyote comes out in the distance and that tiger's instincts kick in,
Oh man,
and then you lose an arm because it just ripped it off trying to get to that coyote?
you're gonna let go,
Right? I don't think you're gonna get a chance. It's just gonna come right off of the socket.
right?
But
Cats are too unpredictable.
for his part, Mitchell allegedly claimed he did not need the special condition animal permits because the tigers, according to the lawsuit he already filed against Nye County in 2020, had already been recognized by the county officials as his emotional support animals.
Well, there you go.
The 71-year-old also claimed that the tigers did not pose any threat to the public. Well, then quit bringing them into the public. Like they won't pose a threat to the
Right.
public if they're not in public.
They're not there.
If the public's not near the tigers, there is no threat. But Michael, in another very unshocking twist,
Oh no,
Mitchell said that he rescued the tigers from
it better not be Tiger King. I swear to God.
ding, 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 Joe
Fucking knew
Exotic.
it.
The Oklahoma zookeeper who is the center of Netflix's Tiger King.
Oh my God.
So
What a
yes,
docuseries.
he was found guilty of killing tigers, selling tiger cubs, falsifying records. As for Mitchell, he was arrested and booked for resisting a peace officer and being a felon in possession of a gun during the March 2nd raid. He was released the same day after posting a $6,000 bail.
Oh wow. Well, I mean, he does have 7 tigers. I'm not really surprised.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I mean, the man might have a little bit of a bank account.
right. All right. I'm sure
I mean,
you
where
might
do you?
need.
I mean, where do you even go about getting tigers?
I feel like, you know what, felon or not, you have 7 tigers. You better own a gun.
Yeah.
You know what? Make it
Yeah.
a big one. Make it a
Yeah.
big one.
Yeah, for real.
But according to the sheriff, some of the big cats appeared to be underweight, and algae was found growing in the animals' water dishes. The 7 tigers were examined by a vet who was at Mitchell's home when they were removed, and they said the animals were to be taken to an undisclosed sanctuary where they'll be held until ordered to be released. He'll be back in court on May 15th.
Okay.
But yeah, 7 emotional support. I mean, how many tigers
real
do
quick,
you think would be
Google-
an emotional support?
Google Joe Exotic married real quick because I think he just got married.
Did he get married again?
Yeah, Google that right quick.
Joe Exotic husband?
To a young Hispanic gentleman.
Tiger King star Joe Exotic says he is married fellow prisoner in jail.
Here we go.
Never been more proud.
Oh,
That was 9 hours ago. Michael, way
Yeah.
to be on top of fucking current
Hey,
events.
man.
Updated April 22nd there.
I caught a glimpse of it. So
One-
what's going on with that?
One of these days, Michael was actually checking his phone while taking a shit.
Right.
Was this a headline Michael saw? But yes, he did. Marries fellow prison inmate while serving his 21-year-old prison sentence. Married Jorge Marquez.
Uh-huh.
How
He looks so young though. How old is he?
his fiance?
Yeah.
Let me see. How old does his fiance look to be? Geez, I don't see his age in here. 33.
33.
Yeah.
How old is Tiger King?
61.
I thought
Or
so.
62. Yeah, 62.
I thought he was early
a
60s.
a rough city, Florida 62.
Yeah.
Like that man is a Bayou 62 if I've ever seen it. That is a
That hits different, you know? I mean,
still got the hair and everything, man. At least got a good barber in prison.
yeah.
Someone's got to keep him looking fresh. That's
Right. He's probably in a low security prison. He's probably living the life, playing ping pong and shit.
No, he's just fucking loving it in there. You absolutely know he's just loving it in there. He feels like a legitimate king in there. He is the Tiger King.
He is the Tiger King.
I run this yard. You will never financially recover from this.
Right. His release day actually doesn't want to go.
Yeah.
He's, oh,
One of those guys on release day just kind of walks up, uppercuts a cop.
Fuck you. I guess you got to put me back in.
I want about 3 to 5 more, bitch.
Don't bother with that parole hearing.
You can't dethrone the king, baby.
All right.
But Michael, I just wanted to let you know those were all of our headlines this week. We had some good
Those were some good
shenanigans
ones.
coming in there.
Yeah.
Nothing dark, nothing gritty or
No.
too rough for our week.
Makes you wonder, huh?
I know, right? I mean, I did have to skim through a lot of other headlines throughout the rest of the world, but it was still, it was good.
Yeah. Sure.
Nothing for our show. Okay, nothing for our show.
When you throw out all the stuff I chose to ignore, it was really good.
Yes, it was a great week. It was a great month of headlines when you chose to ignore all the things I did.
That's right. All right, guys. Well, thank you for listening. And guys, thank you for supporting the show however you do. And also for supporting our sponsors like Oh My Gaia. Oh My Gaia is an innovative, all-natural deodorant, fragrance, and beard oil company specializing in paraben and aluminum-free products. Guys, she has beard oils, scented oils, all kinds of stuff at ohmygaia.com, ohmygaia.com. And because you're True Crime Guys listeners, you can use the code word Crimepine, Crimepine, for 15% off your order. That's Crimepine, no spaces.
Get that Crimepine, baby.
That's right.
Just that one word, Crimepine.
That's it. One word. It's right below the description of this episode.
It almost feels dirty saying it sometimes. Crimepine.
It does.
Feels seductive.
Yeah. It's like, why is it not something? You know what I mean? But again, that's ohmygaia.com, ohmygaia.com. There's tons of scents to choose from, guys. You will not regret it. Also, check out Patreon, patreon.com/truecrimeguys. Check that out while you're at it. For just $3 a month, you can get access to all kinds of audio files, as well as these episodes early and ad-free, with tons of bonus content.
There is some good bonus content this week.
There is, Andy. We
Had
had a good time.
Had some
talking
good
for
chuckles this
episode.
week.
We always do. Headlines and shenanigans. We keep it light. It's a relaxed fit, if you will.
It really is.
Once every 5 episodes, apparently.
Got that
is what I'm doing.
sweatpants fit on today. Got the linen. It's
right.
warm. Got the linen pants on.
That's
today.
right. Got my slides on.
Right.
I'm chilling. But guys, thank you for listening. Next week, we'll be back with a regular True Crime Guys episode. So until then, I guess you have to keep on creeping, right, Andy?
I think so, Michael. Bye.